History is filled with rise and fall of kingdoms, inventions. In a minute, you will see the printing press, the Industrial Revolution, the Internet, the microchip. You will see some of the most monumental inventions of all time. But if you watch closely, there's another thing that runs through this montage. These technologies start out incredibly unevenly distributed. Only a privileged few get access to them first. The rest of us have to wait. We are now facing the next such moment. Artificial intelligence has the potential to be the most transformative technology of our time. Like any great invention, it will not change everything overnight. That's not what will happen. But over time, its impact will transform nearly every facet of human endeavor, from where and how we work, to what we eat, to how we relate to one another. Already, AI is subtly changing the world around us in ways big and small, saving lives, curing diseases, educating children, but the benefits of this revolutionary technology are not equally shared. Today, only a few companies and countries have the luxury of harnessing AI's full potential, while everyone else watches from the sidelines. So here's our central question for today. Is AI different? Are we poised to enter a golden age of artificial intelligence? One that lifts up humanity as a whole? Or are we simply repeating past mistakes? And if so, what could go wrong? This is an AI Explained special presentation. The story of Babel comes from the Bible. After the Great Flood, all humans spoke one language. They were building a tower whose top would reach the heavens. God came down to take a look and noticed that nothing would be impossible for them, so he confused their languages and scattered them across the earth. Over time, they forgot the ancient tongue and humanity was divided. This is what scholars call the Babel story. It's about confusion, conflict, division, the very antithesis of the word that appears at the beginning of this sentence. Now this story comes from thousands of years ago, but its lessons remain relevant today because we are once again standing before a technological breakthrough that promises to change the course of human history. We have developed the ability to create machines that can think, learn, adapt, even create. They can do all kinds of things that were previously thought possible only for humans. Many experts believe this is the dawn of a new era of discovery and progress, unlike anything humanity has seen before. Others worry that this breakthrough will deepen the chasms that already run through our society. For whatever reason, several thousand years later, this is the story that we are telling ourselves. There are many reasons why. To understand them, let's begin by taking a step back. In recent decades, the internet and smartphones have brought remarkable changes to the way we live. They promised to connect the world and instead created echo chambers. They promised to bring us closer together and instead drove us apart. While hundreds of millions gained access to incredible new tools, billions of others did not. Today, half the world cannot even access basic banking services. 2/3 do not use the internet. 1/3 cannot read. Nearly 700 million people speak only indigenous languages that are not widely understood elsewhere. Billions of others are held back by disability, discrimination, poverty, violence, corruption. Now imagine the next stage of technological advancement. In the coming decade, every country on Earth will need to answer how AI transforms their economy. How will it affect trade, security, infrastructure? What does it mean for the rights of citizens? Each of these questions cut to the core of a nation's character. The answers each country gives will shape the global order for years to come. Yet many lack the resources to join the global conversation. Some governments are working on a new generation of AI-powered defense systems. Others cannot ensure their citizens' basic food security. Some are poised to launch AI-driven commercial services across space and the sea. Others are struggling to provide clean water and energy. Some are using AI to provide better healthcare for more people. Others cannot ensure a dignified quality of life in old age. At present, only a few countries have both the wealth and talent to compete at the cutting edge of AI research. And within each of these nations, a handful of companies hold the vast majority of AI-related patents. This is significant. History suggests that breakthroughs in science and technology tend to follow a similar pattern. Breakthroughs start out expensive and exclusive, then gradually become cheaper and more widely adopted. Take, for example, the printing press, which enabled mass production of books and propelled Europe into the Renaissance. For centuries, only the wealthy elite had access to texts. By the 19th century, the printing press allowed books to be produced cheaply and widely, opening up knowledge to the masses. Or consider electricity. The first electrical grids went online in the late 19th century. At the time, access was restricted to the wealthiest Americans. But over time, electrical grids became essential to daily life. Electricity is now so ubiquitous that we take it for granted. Even the internet started out as a tool for academics and researchers. Now more than half the world uses it regularly. Yet the trend may not continue with AI today. Only a handful of companies can even train an advanced AI system. Building an AI capable of reading, understanding, and writing English requires tremendous computing power. Not to mention teams of engineers and scientists, huge stores of data, and deep pockets. The result? A select few gain extraordinary power while everyone else tries to keep up. This means that while most of us can use AI-powered products and services, we cannot control them. And like the printing press, electricity, and the internet before it, AI will eventually transform every part of human life. Today, the United States, China, Japan, Canada, and the UK hold the vast majority of advanced AI patents. Within these countries, a handful of companies are miles ahead of the pack. Google, Microsoft, IBM, Meta, and Amazon hold more than 3/4 of all US AI patents. Chinese tech giants Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent dominate China's AI patent landscape. In turn, South Korean firms lead the way in South Korea, and Germany's AI patents are dominated by a single company, SAP-SE. When a small number of companies control a market, they can set the rules and determine who wins and who loses. They can decide how AI is trained and what it learns. And this is where our story takes a dark turn. Let's talk about bias. Almost all AI systems are trained on data sets derived from human activity. Facebook's AI understands English because humans taught it to. Every AI system has biases baked in. But the scariest part is that these biases are often invisible to humans. It's almost impossible to know whether a machine learning model is fair or biased unless we can examine its inner workings. And for many advanced AI systems, we cannot do this. Take, for example, Compos, a program used by U.S. courts to help judges decide whether to grant bail. The system incorporates a defendant's criminal history, demographics, and the specifics of the crime. A recent investigation found that the software categorizes black defendants as more likely to reoffend than white defendants with similar records. Or consider the Amazon recruitment algorithm, which was trained on data from previous years when most of Amazon's leadership positions were held by men. It quickly learned that male candidates were preferable. In less than a decade, the system had filtered out 85% of female applicants. If AI systems are trained on prejudiced data, they will produce prejudiced results. If AI systems are designed and controlled by humans who view the world through a narrow lens, they will perpetuate and even amplify existing societal prejudices based on race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, class, caste, age, disability, anything you can possibly measure. This is unacceptable. But it's not enough to say that AI is biased against women, or against black people, or against poor people. Those statements ignore the root cause, which is that our current systems are biased. AI is just revealing those biases. And as AI becomes increasingly prevalent in our society, its discriminatory effects will be felt even more keenly. AI is being used for everything from evaluating job candidates to granting bank loans to deciding who gets released on bail. The stakes couldn't be higher, and it's not just discrimination. AI can reinforce any prejudice embedded in the training data. Imagine a world in which algorithms built on stereotypes control how people are treated. Imagine a world in which robots judge your worth and determine your fate. Imagine a world in which credit scores determine whether you receive adequate medical care. Imagine a world in which robots sort job applicants into winners and losers. Imagine a world in which robots decide who gets to see a judge and who languishes in jail. Imagine a world in which robots enforce a biased status quo and perpetuate injustice. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't have to be imaginary. When it comes to AI, it's tempting to focus on the most spectacular applications. Self-driving cars, robot companions, virtual assistants, AI art. They grab headlines, capture imaginations, and win awards. But as impressive as these innovations are, they distract us from the most important story of all, the story of the billions who are left behind. Most people don't have access to AI at all. For those who do, most of them don't understand how it works. They cannot tell whether an AI system is biased or unfair, and they don't know how to correct it when it is. This is a problem. In the same way that the Industrial Revolution displaced rural workers and the Internet displaced factory workers, AI will automate certain tasks, putting millions out of work. Some will find new jobs, others won't. At least one study found that the introduction of AI is expected to displace more than 800 million workers worldwide by 2030. That's nearly 1 in 5 of us. Lower-skilled workers will bear the brunt of AI-driven automation. Women and young people are especially vulnerable. Millions more will work alongside robots. Many more still will not, but that's not all. AI will exacerbate the digital divide that already separates those who can use digital tools and those who can't. Those who develop AI skills will be rewarded. Those who don't will be left behind. As a result, some countries and communities will grow richer, while others fall further into poverty. Here's the good news. It doesn't have to play out this way. AI has the power to lift up billions of people around the world. It can make products and services more accessible, more affordable, more personalized. It can enable us to understand complex problems and solve them more efficiently. It can diagnose rare disorders and develop new treatments. It can protect endangered species and reduce carbon emissions. It can personalize education and empower those who have never had a chance before. The potential benefits are boundless, but to reap the rewards, we must act. We must act together. We must democratize access to AI, ensuring that everyone can participate in this historic technological revolution. We must ensure that AI reflects the values and priorities of all people, not just a privileged few. We must teach future generations how to think critically about AI, how to code it, how to use it, how to shape it, and we must ensure that it is used responsibly, safely, and ethically. What's more, we need to tell a different story, one that encompasses the needs of the whole world, not just a few. We must ensure that AI works for everyone, not just some. We must ensure that AI helps build bridges, not walls. We must ensure that AI helps us understand one another better, not drive us apart. We must ensure that AI enables us to fulfill the promise of our shared humanity, a future in which every child can grow up knowing that the world is theirs for the taking, regardless of background, beliefs, or abilities. We stand at a pivotal moment in history. The decisions we make today will echo for thousands of years. So here's my question for you. What kind of world do you want to live in? A world defined by division and disparity, or a world defined by opportunity and inclusion? The choice is ours. What do you think about AI? Do you think AI will divide us as the Tower of Babel did, or unite us under one banner? Until next time.